sick. I felt like I was going to pass out. And then the shock kicks in.
Young fella in mid-20s. He hit me on the right-hand rear quarter, all over so quick, bang, and then there's someone sprawled out in front of him. Wow, where did he come from? Because we'd been stopped a few minutes, I wasn't sure what it was. I got out and I went over to him, and he was moaning and groaning.
Everyone's kind of gathering around, thinking, God, what's happening, making sure everyone's okay. I just all of a sudden felt ill. I felt a lot of pain around my neck, around my lower back. People that were in lorries that had high-vis jackets, putting jackets over me, using it as a pillow to like support my neck. The pain was too horrible to think.
Also caught up in the crash is Dan Jackson. He's just 4 weeks into his new job as a trainee paramedic. Now he's at the heart of one of the biggest rescues his service has ever had to deal with.
Boy.
I managed to stop my vehicle. As I went to get out, another car crashed to the right of me, and pretty much the same time, a motorcyclist comes to the left of me and got flung off his motorbike and into the bridge wall.
Hi, response desk, good morning. Hello, 66 here. You're looking at about 60 vehicles. 550. Yeah, there's people in the car as well. Keep yourself safe so far as you can, won't you? Yeah, I'm staying in the...
I walked back through and I was called over to a vehicle where a father and a daughter was inside and couldn't get out, and they were asking for help. One of them was saying that they was pregnant and her father was in there and that he had hurt his back but couldn't get out of the vehicle. We managed to get the female out of the car and she climbed through the window and we managed to put her somewhere safe. I climbed through the window and sat with her father, made sure that he was calm. I managed to take some basic observations. While we was talking in the vehicle, he mentioned that he had a dog in the back of the car and it was in a cage. The back of the vehicle was totally smashed in and I couldn't see the dog at all.
With the dog feared dead, Dan tries to keep his patient calm while they wait for help to arrive. Those from the fire service who can make it through begin walking the length of the bridge to assess the situation.
It was very chaotic to start off with. Obviously, there's a lot of people in shock, and to try and actually drill down and get the actual detailed information you needed from some people, it was fairly hard going. They come up to you and say, there's someone over there trapped. Well, where's there? I think it's over there. Well, can you actually lead me to it? No, because I don't know where it is now. Clearly someone in shock. There were elderly people. There were people going to work. There were mothers. There were children. And there were babies being carried in their baby seats. It was the whole array. This was going to take some controlling and some management.
The emergency services have to come up with a joint plan, and quickly.
We knew people were trapped in their vehicles. Whether there were any hazardous chemicals involved in the incident, because there are a lot of lorries and HGVs and LGVs involved. Fuel spillages is a big risk, so that is the biggest hazard.
The walking casualties were actually getting in the way of us being able to determine which patients needed our help. So we found a casualty clearing location for them at the base of the bridge where it was safe for them to be.
I was quite keen that the integrity of the scene was maintained as much as possible, because at some point I'm going to have to reconstruct this and find out what happened and why it happened.
A major incident is declared.
A major incident is defined as anything that puts an undue strain upon the emergency service in which you work for. I've worked for the ambulance service for 23 years. This is the first and only major incident that I've personally been involved in.
Just
involved in a pile-up there on the new Shepley Crossing Bridge. More details on that as we get in.
Meanwhile, some drivers and passengers are helping others as best they can. Jill Hudson is right at the front of the crash.
I could hear a baby crying, child crying. So I went back to try and help. The lady was really, really shaking and crying. And I helped to get the little boy out of the car, wrap him up in something warm and get her to move away from the car.
The guy who was on the deck, he said, "Why are you taking my shoes off?" I said, "I want to find out whether you got a feeling everywhere." He said, "Yeah, my arm hurts." I said, "Well, you know, someone a bit better qualified than me is going to find out. We're not going to leave you."
People need to be cut out of their vehicles, but resources are stretched and the fire service is having to wait for backup.
Turning up first and not being able to do no real cutting or rescuing was one of the hardest things for me personally. Obviously, we're there as an emergency service, and just to turn up and actually say to people, we haven't got enough resources to help you at the moment, but what we're doing will assist you later on.
Natasha Higgins in car number 6 is one of those waiting for the heavy cutting gear to arrive. She manages to call her fiancé, who's at home just minutes away but completely unaware of what's happening.
So I've got just the basic details of where she was, and then I got in my van, drove to the bridge, and I started running up the bridge. Literally about 3 cars in, there was just cars and trucks and motorbikes and everything just mangled together. And there was no way that I could climb through it because I didn't know where she was. And then obviously by that point I'm really worried because I didn't realise how bad it was. So I've jumped onto the other carriageway and run along the fast lane close to the central barrier. So I just kept going and going until I could see, if I could see the car. I saw the car and there was about 5 or 6 people around there.
He cried. He looked scared, but he also looked relieved when he got to me. It was relief because it was somebody that I knew, somebody that I knew would look after me and make sure that I was alright.
Although I rushed to get there, I wasn't expecting what I saw. My heart started going into overdrive. I was just proper panicking.
It's Parisian Fashion Week. Get comfy in these leggings for just $2.99. Look stylish in this top for only $3.99. These and more from the 12th of March at Lidl.
Good boy.
All the dogs who run a lot, who jump a lot and catch a lot. For those who like to be the boss a lot, or just enjoy the air a lot, who dig a lot and hide a lot. For those who spin around a lot, and the ones who put up with quite a lot, and remind us daily just what we're not. To all of these friends we